Hello Scouts, and welcome to Scouting at Home. For today's activity we're going to be tackling a fun science project, so stay with us as Will demonstrates how he constructed and launched his Bi-Carb soda rocket. Good luck and good scouting. For this activity we're going to need some cardboard, a ruler, a pen, some scissors, duct tape, a couple of water bottles. We're also going to need some paper towel, some Bi-Carb soda and some white vinegar. And finally, a cork. So our first step is to measure a section of cardboard using our ruler and pen. And we're going to be cutting out a piece that is 23 by 18 centimetres. We're also going to need to cut out another piece that is 15 by 13 centimetres. Now this piece is going to become our nose cone and this piece is going to become our tail fins. So we actually need to cut it in half and then diagonally to make 4 triangles. Now what I've done is I've put a mark every 2 centimetres starting from the outside corner. And what that's going to do is we're going to create 2 little notches on the first 2 marks on each of our fins, which will be our little flaps to give our rocket a spiralling trajectory. Now our last mark here is actually to help us fold our fin away. So I'm going to lay my ruler down along the length of the fin and lift that up, and now I'm going to make my nose cone. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in one corner and basically just curl the paper around, and we're going to use our tape to secure it. So it's not much of a cone when it's got all of this extra on there, so we're going to trim that away. But the first thing we'll do is we'll dry fit our bottle to make sure it's going to fit and see how far in the bottle will go. So my bottle goes to about there on the cone. So I'm going to start by trimming off most of this, and then I'll come back and trim it up a little bit more once I'm a bit closer to the mark. And now I'm going to wrap lots of duct tape around it to keep it nice and secure. So there we have our nose cone on our bottle. Now it's time to attach our fins, and we're going to attach that to the side of our bottle. Now we want to try and make sure that they're evenly placed along that edge and that they're nice and straight, pointing from top to bottom along the length of the bottle as best we can. And now I repeat that process all the way around. Now that all my tail fins are attached, I'm going to turn my little flaps there all in the same direction. So just turning the middle section there that I've cut and bending it over slightly. And what that's going to do is as the rocket goes up, that's going to make the whole rocket spin on its axis, helping it to keep a nice stable flight. So that's our rocket basically done. Next we'll do the launcher and the fuel. To make our launcher, we're just going to use a plastic bottle, and using our ruler we're going to mark along the outside a nominal 13 centimetres. Now this just gives the rocket space to fire, so that when the bicarb and vinegar explode out the nozzle of the rocket, it'll have some back pressure to force it away, but gives it enough room for you to rest your rocket safely in this as your launching pad. Now you could use a piece of PVC pipe if you prefer, but obviously a lot of us have got these plastic bottles lying around we can readily use. And those marks are just going to help us cut an even straight edge around the top so that we've got our launcher. We're going to fill our whole rocket with vinegar, leaving just a little bit of space at the top here for us to put our parcel of bicarb into. So this is probably the last step you want to do just before you're ready to fire. To make our parcel, we're going to need some paper towel and some bicarb soda. Now you'll need 1 tablespoon of bicarb soda, which I've already measured out, to make our little parcel here. And our goal is to fold this up as tightly as we can to secure the bicarb soda in place and to make a nice tidy little parcel. It does, however, need to be able to fit into the nozzle of the rocket, so if you find that your parcel's too big, you can take some of the bicarb soda out to make sure that you can get it small enough to fit through the nozzle of our bottle. Once you've done that, you're ready to fire. You can take your little bicarb soda parcel, oops, sprung a leak. You can take your bicarb soda parcel and keep that aside until you're ready to go outside and fire.